Actually, see this lever here? You just push it backwards and hold it backwards. This way, pull it back. Like that, hold it like that. Grab this handle with one hand, and shift slide to the right. And forward, until where you're comfortable. The lever ahead of this one, you can let go of that. There's a small one right there. Reach down. No, there. And just lift that up, and then you can find wherever you're comfortable. Next, armrest here. If you want to adjust the armrest pitch, just rotate this knob on it, and it'll set it like that. So find wherever you're comfortable. The only thing is, remember when you have to get out of the sim, you got to lift this back upright, so because it hits this hole back here.
So I will have to move the handle to
Yeah, but you have to bring the upright, because see it hits the wall here, you can't slide it. There you go. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. You're pretty tall, so you don't need to get too close. I guess you're Russian, are you?
I'm from Belarus.
Oh, okay.
Same story. I was born in the Soviet Union.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
A long time ago.
Yeah, Belarus was part of it. That's fine. Wayne Gretzky. His
Yes.
family, yeah. Well, he's born here, but his family, ancestry is. Okay, jump in, Ryan. Same drill for you, just opposite. Now you reach with your left hand, this lever, you fold it back, and then this handle, grab it with your hand, and you slide yourself to the left. No, you gotta come over to the left. And then, hang on a second. Just gotta click it. There we go. Alright. Now seat height, you'll want to sit a little higher, right? Because you're a bit shorter than Sergey. So down here is this thing. You gotta just click that in with your thumb and then lift up. And with the other hand, support your weight there. There you go. So you can see it. You can adjust your height, but I think you're good. Here's the armrest. And same thing I told Sergey, there's a little knob here on the end. If you just rotate it, adjust the angle, the pitch of it. So you just find it where you're comfortable. You're here for a long time. So normally I don't tell people so much about all the seat details, but if you're here a while like that, you might as well.
Considering the amount of stress, Ryan, you're going to experience in the next few hours, you don't hear about the height of the armrest.
I hope Ron, he's not too stressed out about it.
Oh,
You're gonna have fun.
the Wi-Fi just went down. Okay, so it's cold and dark.
Yes, sir.
Can I try at least?
You are gonna do everything. I'm here just to tell you where everything is, but I'm not here to fight. You're gonna do every switch, both of you guys. What I will try and do today is to get you guys to work as a team, just like in a real airplane. One of the harder things, though, for somebody who's a regular flight simmer like yourself, is that when you're flying your flight simulator home, you do 100% of everything. In a real airplane like this, it's a two-man operation, so you kind of work as a team. So you got to trust Ryan to help you, and when you're flying, you help him.
You're totally screwed.
Yeah. Now a lot of people don't know, especially if they don't know about aviation. They think the captain does everything, and the co-pilot does absolutely nothing but keep the captain company, which is not true. So. Yes, this is a cold and dark configuration right now. We do have ground power available. That's the only blue light lit. So I'll give you the briefing, more for Ryan than for you, I imagine, but the overhead panel here to start with is what controls all the systems of the aircraft. So what I'll do is I'll get Sergey to power up the battery master. It'll light everything up, and it'll be easier to show you the rest, because right now it's kind of hard to see in the dark. So this is the battery master switch. So you just flip the cover down. There you go. That brings up all the backlighting. And let's connect the ground power here. So just push that down. There you go. And that brings up everything with an AC. You can release it now. Yeah. So now I can do a briefing a little bit better here. So, okay. So right now the overhead panel is grouped like columns in a newspaper. All Boeings are like that. You have a column here. You see all the gaps. So that's how you do your flows. When you start your flows, you go top to bottom, left to right, just like when you're reading. So over here you have all your spoiler systems. These are yaw damper, flight controls. These are your navigation transfer switches for your displays and navigation information. You have your engine fuel cutoffs. This is the fuel temperature for the gauge here. This is your cross-feed valve and your fuel pumps. So center tank pumps, wing tank pumps. There's 3 fuel tanks on the aircraft. Landing lights are here. These are your electrical metering systems, so you can monitor DC side and AC side. So right now, if you go to battery on the DC side, it shows you 15 amps and 27 DC volts. And the APU is not running right now, so it's showing 0, but we're on ground power. So if you turn this to ground power, you can see we're at 112 AC volts supplied right now. And that's if you can galley power. This is what you connected with your ground power, so that's the plug that's on the bottom of the aircraft there, so it's on ground power. These are your generators. This aircraft's equipped with 4 generators, 1 on each engine, and then 2 generators off the APU. The APU is a jet turbine in the tail of the aircraft. It's made to, it's designed to power the aircraft with electricity, provide air conditioning when the engines are off and you don't have ground power available. One thing I just realized too, I got to turn off the lights out there. That's why it looks so washed out. The scenery. 1 second.
That's right.
There's a lot going on.
I mean, like, you know, that's how you realize that if something happens, you probably will not be able to.
Now you can see it a little better.
I don't even know which one before they just hit a wall.
Yeah. Yeah, that's better. If we're going to hijack an aircraft, we have to become aware of
That's the reason why. That's my opinion.
So, Sergey, by your left knee, there's a map light, one further ahead. Right by your left knee. Right. That one, yeah. Turn it up. There you go. Let's give us a little more light. And you can also turn this up too. There you go. This gives us more light. Yeah. For now. You have one light there too, but for some reason the bulb's good, but this connection is bad. It's not working on your side right now. Okay, so to continue. So the generators, APU also, we provide high pressure air for starting the engines. APU, EGT gauge, windshield wiper switches, runway turn off taxi lights. This is the APU start switch, which you'll be using later. And you got more brightness, panel lights and brightness stuff here. Equipment, cooling, emergency exit lights, seat belt, no smoking signs, flight attendant call button, ground call button. These are your engine start switches, which we'll be using to start the engines. Up here, window heat, pitot tubes heat, wing anti-ice, engine anti-ice, hydraulics. There's 4 hydraulic pumps, one provided off of each engine, then there's 2 electrically driven pumps. These are all your door position indicator lights for passenger doors, cargo doors, service doors, and so forth. The lit ones show are open. This is your cabin altitude. Here shows the pressure of the cabin. So when you're like flying at 30,000 feet, 35,000, this is somewhere between 6,000–7,000 foot cabin altitude. And this is the cabin climb and descent rate gauge. They do function as well. Here's your air conditioning system for temperature controls. Usually we just leave them in auto. Trim air, recirc fans for your avionics, air conditioning packs, bleeds for the engines and the APU. And this is where you set your pressurization for your cruise altitude, landing altitude. You got your red anti-collision light for the beacon, and your strobe lights, logo lights, so forth. So that's covers the overhead. So we'll go through setting all that up with the checklist after. Then we'll set up the flight management computer as well before we do all that. Up here is what's called your MCP, mode control panel. This is where you set all the things like your speed, your heading you want to fly, the altitude you want to fly. Has your autopilot master switches here. Your flight modes, like heading select is here, level change, speed holds, altitude holds, VNAV, LNAV, all that stuff there. And then down here is all your main instrument panel and your primary instruments. Right now you don't see anything because we haven't aligned the IRSs yet, so they're all blank. We'll have to do that. And the center one is your engine display information. It's called ICAS, engine indication crew alerting system. This and this. This is the upper ICAS, that's the lower ICAS. This also shows your fuel quantity on board. Right now we're in metric units, so it's in metric tons. So we have 7.1 metric tons of fuel on board. If we're doing short flights, it's enough. If we do longer flights, it would add a lot more. This plane can hold over 20 tons of fuel. This is your landing gear lever for putting the wheels up and down. Your flap position gauge shows where your flaps are currently at, your auto brake. And then coming down here, your main throttle, of course. 2 engines, 2 throttles, so you can independently control each engine or push them together. These are for your thrust reversers. These are for your flaps. For setting your flaps. You have to move them. I'll explain how to do it. Sergey, will you do the first flight or will Ryan do the first one?
Yeah, let
You do it?
yeah,
Okay, you can, it's good because you can watch him. But when he's flying, you're going to be surprised how busy you are. A lot of people aren't. Well, he'll be flying. You'll probably be busier than
This is
him.
nothing like that you show LA to Vegas.
You're going to be setting the flaps for him
Okay.
as we need to. You're going to be doing the landing
I just
gear,
noticed that.
auto brakes.
Like, I guess he can't reach all the way
Well,
over.
he could. Yeah, he could
That'd be
easily.
dangerous because you can hit like so many buttons on your way over.
Sergey, I know if you probably you'd be more comfortable if I told Ryan just sit
Yeah,
there and
yeah,
shut up and you do everything.
No.
I would love that.
but that we'll do it the way it is, and this way you can concentrate on the flying. He'll do the speed, heading, altitude, bugs, and stuff in order, and then when he flies, you'll do that.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's more fun that way for both of us. Okay, so what we're gonna do, and I'll get Sergey to do it. The first thing we got to do is set up our flight management computer. So we want to check first the sim options. So press that and go to METAR. Can you just hit clear on the bottom right just to get rid of that message there, right there? Okay, just type in the code for Toronto, CYYZ, please. And put it into Get METAR. Okay, so here's the weather. The current time is right here on your clock in Zulu time. So today's the 18th of January. It's 1500 Zulu is when the weather was issued. It's now 1521, so it's 20 minutes old, the weather report. So the winds were 220 at 9 knots, 10 miles, statute miles of visibility, and snow. It's snowing outside today? No?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know. Overcast at 2,200 feet. Temperature is -8 Celsius. Dew point is -12. The altimeter is 30.03 inches right now. So you can just select print. And this will come off our data printer. Good, you flip it onto your yoke so we have it handy. Okay. So what we'll do is set your altimeter settings first if we don't forget. So 30.3. So see this knob here? Up here on the top? And you're looking down here is where you're going to just rotate there to 30.03. Go to the right, and you'll do this knob right there on your side, Ryan. And you're looking here, 30.03. There you go. There you go. Your altimeters are now showing. It's not aligned, that's why